Sure. My name is Lynne Leger. I teach the capstone course focused on campaign development as part of the Integrated Marketing Communications Master Program at West Virginia University. And I've spent a very large portion of my career working in marketing and consumer insights. So really spending a lot of time studying the consumer, how they think, how they shop, how they feel, how they react to brands. I have been really lucky. I've worked across a lot of verticals. So I've spent time in retail. I have spent time in nonprofit, also on the agency side of the marketing equation. And then I also worked in the music industry, working directly with musicians and helping them build their brand. So pretty fun career over the years. And if you want to check out where I've worked specifically, you can check out my LinkedIn profile, which has all the happy organizations that I've spent time with. But I think the biggest thing for me, for my background, is the fun that marketing brings, right? Marketing is all about content and delivery of that content. So it's about the consumer, it's about how you're going to talk to them, and it's about where you're going to talk to them. So I have studied everything from large brands like General Mills, Cheerios cereal, to artists, Katy Perry, Keith Urban, the Rolling Stones, and trying to understand what consumers think about them. How do they get more important? How do they get more relevant? How do they stay relevant? So how do people and brands and products, how does Cheerios for 100 years still say a cereal that kids want to eat today? And really thinking about those. And the greatest thing about marketing that I can tell for all of you thinking about a marketing degree is that it includes everything. Because it's about the consumer. So it is involved in sustainability in the environment. It's about technology. How do you use drones and AI and VR, virtual reality, to create programs? So what's great about marketing is it's so broad reaching because it's about people, and people are everywhere doing everything, and they all think differently. And so how do you talk to them? And that's really what marketing is about, and what I've spent most of my career trying to figure out. I teach in the program for a couple reasons, actually. This is an easy question. I teach partially because it fulfills what I would call a passion or a need of mine. I absolutely have a thirst for knowledge. So I am constantly researching, I'm constantly looking for information. And the greatest thing about teaching is the students provide an enormous wealth of learning. Your experiences, your own education, your own perspectives, everything that you bring teaches me. So every encounter I have with a student, I get smarter, wiser, more informed, more up to date, which just feeds that thirst I have. And then secondly, I have always found such joy and such a reward in seeing people advance. So I started out as a trainer in retail. I actually spent years training management personnel and then corporate personnel, then became a mentor. And that reward of seeing you either achieve your personal goal or a professional goal, or simply just feel good because you finished a class or you finished a degree, has always given me just a sense of joy. So in some ways, it's a little selfish. I get a great reward out of seeing you all learn and advance, and it's fantastic. I do it in a couple ways. Every class, I always host a guest speaker. So I have a huge network of individuals who are either CMOs, chief marketing officers, or they own an agency. I've had the owner of Parallel Digital Agency. I've had digital directors from different brands, but I bring a guest speaker in every class, and we start off the class with that like hour-long or hour-and-a-half engagement where they share tons of their knowledge and their campaigns, and then they open it up and they're there to answer questions and really put a framework at the early part of the class for the rest of the class, right? So it gives you sort of the story behind the content. How do we make the content come to life? How does it become sort of a story that has a path that you follow. And then I try to really think about each course. I get to learn more and more, like I said, from the students. So I find things that either are different or struggling or difficult concepts, or with a changing environment, now seem a little bit more confusing with the onset of AI or the new virtual reality programs. How does that help them or hurt them in their campaign? And then I try to create additional materials. And then the one-on-ones. I love the time I spend with the students. The grading is just the grading. It's the time, it's the one-on-ones, it's the phone calls, it's the texts, that I can literally help them with a question they have and then put it into a story, some example of some brand work that I've done, or that I've seen that I think is brilliant, and help them kind of put context to content. Wow, that's a great question. I would swap roles with, I think I would swap. Wow, that's a good question. Hold on, let me think about that. I would swap roles with Katy Perry's manager. I spent some time with him and with her, back when she was just, starting. Nobody knew who she was. We had signed her, and she is one of the nicest people that I know. I mean, just sincerely a nice person. Um, but I have to say, the other person that I spent some serious time with that I might just switch with, period, is Snoop Dogg. The man is a brilliant marketing mind, a brilliant marketing mind. And I mean, look at him. Like, everybody knows him, and he's older. And but what a great marketing mind. And so how he, approaches keeping his brand relevant, I would love to just be him and be inside that head for just a little bit, trying to figure out, how does he stay so relevant? How did he know that a cooking show with Martha Stewart would be a good idea? I mean, who would have thought?